At the northwestern shore of the Sea of Galilee, adjacent to the ancient site of Capernaum, there is a fertile valley named Ein Sheva, also known as Tabgha. The Hebrew name Ein Sheva literally means 7 springs, referring to the 7 springs that historically flowed in this area, though only 5 remain active today. The site's Greek name evolution tells a fascinating linguistic story. The original Greek name heptapagon, meaning 7 springs, gradually transformed through various linguistic shifts to Tabago and finally to the current name Tabgha. This location holds profound significance in Christian tradition as the purported site of the miracle of the multiplication of the loaves and fishes, where, according to the Gospels, Jesus fed 5,000 people with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. The area's natural fertility and abundance of fresh water help explain why it would have been a gathering place in ancient times. The first site we'll visit in Tabgha is the Church of the Multiplication of Loaves and Fishes, a remarkable testament to both ancient Christian history and modern preservation efforts. The site's architectural history tells a fascinating story spanning nearly 2 millennia. The original church was built around 350 CE during the early Byzantine period, when Christian pilgrims first began marking the holy sites of Galilee. A century later, around 480 CE, the church underwent significant expansion to accommodate growing numbers of pilgrims. However, this early structure faced destruction during the Sassanid invasion in the early 7th century. For centuries, the church lay in ruins until a remarkable archaeological discovery in 1932 revealed the ancient foundations. Today's visitors can experience a masterful blend of old and new in the current church, completed in 1982. The architects ingeniously distinguished historical elements from modern additions. The ancient structure is visible in the lower basalt stone walls, while new additions are clearly identifiable by their light Jerusalem stone construction. Perhaps most impressive are the floor mosaics. The original 5th century colored stone designs remain beautifully preserved, complemented by thoughtfully added black and white mosaics from the 20th century. Walking through a beautiful garden, we arrive at another significant church in Tabgha, the Church of the Primacy of St. Peter. This remarkable structure sits directly on the shoreline of the Sea of Galilee, marking the sacred spot where, according to Christian tradition, Jesus appeared to 7 of his apostles after his resurrection, shared breakfast with them, and bestowed primacy upon Peter. The site's history stretches back to the 4th century, when the first church was built here. The famous pilgrim Egeria described it as one of 3 churches standing in the area. While local tradition attributes its construction to Flavia Julia Helena, mother of Emperor Constantine, archaeological evidence hasn't confirmed this claim. This church eventually fell into ruins during medieval. Today's church, built in 1934 by Italian Franciscan monks, features distinctive dark basalt stone construction that creates a powerful connection to the ancient landscape. Its architecture tells a compelling story. A small bell tower graces the southeastern side, while along the facade facing the Sea of Galilee we find an ancient staircase attributed to the original Byzantine church. These steps end at a window designed to resemble a door. Between the church and the shoreline, 6 heart-shaped rocks embedded in the ground are said by popular tradition to represent Jesus' footsteps along the beach. The interior of the church creates a profound sense of simplicity and reverence. A single hall leads to an apse crowned by a barrel-vaulted ceiling painted in white plaster that contrasts dramatically with the dark basalt walls. The church maintains an intentionally sparse interior, with a simple stone floor directing attention to its centerpiece, an unworked rock known as Mensa Christi, Christ's table, traditionally believed to be where Jesus and the apostles shared their meal. Behind this rock, in the apse, stands the altar topped by a colorful Greek cross. A round window at the arch's peak features a striking stained glass fish design, while additional stained glass windows illuminate the sacred space. The site also features 2 special chapels commemorating papal visits to this sacred location. These chapels stand as testament to the pilgrimages made by 2 significant Catholic leaders, Pope Paul VI, who visited in 1964 during the first papal pilgrimage to the Holy Land in modern times, and Pope John Paul II, who came to pray here during his momentous Millennium Pilgrimage in 2000. These chapels serve not only as historical markers, but also symbolize the continuing significance of Tabgha as a place of Christian pilgrimage across the centuries, from ancient times to the modern era. The ancient stone pool complex, featuring multiple levels and a spiral staircase, along with its entrance chamber, was built around Ein Ayub, Job's spring, one of the 2 major springs in Tabgha. What makes this site particularly fascinating is its continued use and renovation through history, even into the 18th century, when local Bedouin rulers maintained and repaired these mill structures. While the exact construction date of Job's bath remains uncertain, its significance extends beyond its practical use into religious tradition. The spring holds special significance in Druze traditions, which tell the story of the holy prophet Job, Ayub, finding healing in these waters from the afflictions Satan had imposed upon him. This cultural connection adds another layer to Tabgha's rich tapestry of religious significance. The site features what's known as the Hidden Waterfall, where water flows through basalt stones into the Sea of Galilee and several connecting pools. What makes this waterfall truly remarkable is its consistent flow throughout the year and its stable water temperature of 24 degrees Celsius. This creates fascinating seasonal contrasts during summer, when outside temperatures reach 40 degrees Celsius and the Sea of Galilee warms to 30 degrees Celsius. The waterfall remains refreshingly cool. Conversely, in winter, when both air and lake temperatures drop, the waterfall feels surprisingly warm to the touch. The final stop on our tour brings us to Mount of Beatitudes, also known as Mount Nahum. A significant elevation on the southern edge of the Chorazim Plateau, overlooking the Sea of Galilee. Located about 1.5 kilometers northeast of the Capernaum Junction, this sacred Christian site rises above the Sea of Galilee, with its steep slopes descending dramatically toward Tabgha on the lake's northern shore. The mountain holds profound spiritual significance in Christian tradition as the setting for two pivotal moments in Jesus' ministry. Here, according to Christian belief, Jesus delivered his most famous sermon, the Sermon on the Mount, which encapsulated the core principles of his teachings. These teachings, found in the Gospel of Matthew, include the Beatitudes, a series of blessings that begin with "Blessed are" and form the foundation of Christian ethical teaching. This same hillside also witnessed another crucial event, the selection of the 12 apostles, as recorded in the New Testament. Today, the site's spiritual significance continues to draw pilgrims who make a meaningful journey from the church at the summit down to Tabgha below. The church itself, completed between 1936 and 1937, stands as a masterpiece of religious architecture. It was constructed by the Italian National Organization for Missionary Assistance and designed by renowned Italian architect Antonio Barluzzi, often called the Architect of the Holy Land for his numerous contributions to sacred sites in the region. Thank you for joining us on this spiritual journey through the sacred sites of Tabgha. We hope this exploration of ancient churches, hidden springs, and holy mountains has helped you connect with the rich tapestry of religious history along the Sea of Galilee's shores. Whether you're a pilgrim, history enthusiast, or curious traveler, we invite you to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth explorations of the Holy Land's treasured sites. Until our next journey together, may your path be blessed with discovery and wonder.